What's up, guys? So in this video, we're making 7-layer bean dip. That's right, personal size 7-layer bean dip with the tortilla chips healthier version. So you might want to stick around. Okay, so the first thing you want is some refried beans, canned refried beans. Make sure you get the non-fat. This is going to help keep our calories low. We're going to be using 1 serving, which is 128 grams or half a cup. All right, so go ahead and open up the can. We're going to be basically putting in some extra spices into our mixture. Take out your scale and basically put an empty bowl on top of the scale. Tear it out so that way it is 0. And we're going to be measuring in that half a cup or 128 grams. Next, you want to grab some garlic, some chili powder, and some ground cumin. We're going to just put in a couple dashes of each into the refried beans to give it some extra flavor and give it some extra spice. And now for some moisture, grab a lemon and squeeze a little bit of lemon juice on top. This is going to help bring out the flavoring. It's going to help out with mixing with the refried beans so that way they are not super hard coming out of the can as well. Find another empty bowl, kind of a smaller one. I like this rectangular one, using it as my personal bowl, and we're just going to transfer over the beans from the mixing bowl into our serving bowl. And we're going to want to layer it all on the bottom. That way it's a nice even coating for our personal 7-layer bean dip. Now, again, this is an optional step, but the flavoring, I'm going to tell you guys, is going to be next level. Honestly, it's only a few extra steps. You don't want to miss it. The next ingredient is going to be our guacamole. Now, I'm using this chunky guacamole from Trader Joe's, and the reason why you see here, it's 60% less fat, 50% less calories. So this is kind of like a substitute for guacamole. 30 calories per serving, which is 30 grams or 2 tablespoons. We're going to be using 2 servings. Let's go ahead and grab our scale with our plate, and we're going to go ahead and throw in 60 grams right on top, and we're going to nice evenly spread it throughout the bowl. So that way we have a nice even coating and nice even guac when we're going to enjoy our 7-layer bean dip. Perfect. The next ingredient is going to be our sour cream, but what we're using is non-fat plain Greek yogurt. This is going to be basically a substitute for our sour cream. So go ahead and put 60 grams of the Greek yogurt on top. Trust me, again, you're not going to be able to taste the difference. It is so subtle, and it still has that bitterness, same like the sour cream, the sourness. I honestly think that if you change this without even telling people this is sour cream, they're going to not even taste the difference. So this would be perfect for masking the sour cream taste. Now it's time to put some salsa on top. I'm using this chunky salsa from Trader Joe's. Again, it's fat-free, 10 calories per serving, and we're going to use 1 serving or 31 grams. I'm going to throw that right on top. This one isn't too spicy. Perfect, 31 grams. So this one's not too spicy, so I'm not worried about people saying it's too spicy or it's too hot. Look at that, nice and evenly on top. This is going to be looking great. Now let's go ahead and remove this because we're going to be cutting and slicing up more layers. The first topping I'm going to use is going to be some green onions. Go ahead and cut off sides here, and that should be good enough here. Thinly slice it so that way you can just nice and evenly spread it. Oh, I think I might almost cut myself across the whole bean dip. Next, grab yourself a tomato. We're going to be using about a quarter of the tomato. So go ahead and cut that tomato in half. Cut it in half one more time. And we're going to be using this as I would say like a garnish. Go ahead and cut these pieces off right here. I do not like them because honestly, they don't taste that great and they just end up being hard and honestly mess up the taste of everything. I don't like that part of the tomato at all. So I usually cut out the middle portion. Let me know in the comments section if you guys do the same, or you guys can just eat the whole tomato as a whole. I personally cannot, so that's why I always cut it off. Next, go ahead and grab a whole jalapeno. We're going to be using only a quarter of it, so I would say that right there would be good enough. Go ahead and chop it in half and cut it into fourths again. We're going to cut out the middle so that way we remove all of those seeds. If you like the seeds, go ahead and keep it in there. For this purpose of this video, we're going to cut out the middle just so that way we don't have just any seeds messing up the thumbnail shot. Now, I skipped adding olives because, I don't like olives. I despise them, and I know people put them on their 7-layer bean dip, but for me, I don't like them, so we're not going to add them in this recipe. If you like them and you're not a very big spice fan, go ahead and remove the jalapenos and add your black olives. But guys, if you haven't done so already, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and the bell notification to be notified anytime we post new content. Next item we're going to put on top is some cheese. Mexican cheese, Mexican blend cheese would be great. I don't have any of that, or a blend of mozzarella and cheddar. All I have is this light mozzarella from Trader Joe's. We're going to be putting 10 grams. You can go ahead and put whatever cheese you like. Honestly, it's personal preference. Whichever cheese you like the most, you honestly should put on top because you're the one who's going to be eating it. After putting on the cheese, remove the food scale, and we're going to put the garnishes on top. First, we have tomatoes. We're going to be putting the tomatoes on first. Spread it nice and evenly. Next, we have jalapenos. And last but not least, we have green onions. So to create the tortilla chips, we're going to be using tortillas. And I got these keto tortillas because they're low in calories, 50 calories per tortilla, high in fiber. So what we want to do is we want to cut these into small tortilla chips. We're going to be putting nonstick spray, and then we're going to air fry them. All right, so here we have our cutting board. So what I like to do is I like to cut it in half. There we go. And we're going to just layer it right on top of each other. And we're going to make kind of bigger than normal tortilla chips. We're going to be making something like this. Kind of, it's almost the same, but, you know, we're going to be using slightly bigger just because they won't have the crispiness and thickness as regular tortilla chips, I think, because they're not drenched in oil. So that's one of the setbacks of doing it this way. It's healthier, but you're not going to have as much of a crunch and as much of stiffness as regular tortilla chips. So we have them here. Let's go get the air fry tray, and we're going to spray some olive oil. All right. So let's swap this out. Boom, boom. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be, here we go, putting all of the tortillas right here, nice and neat, separated. And be sure to use this tray right here. You see, it's has some air, so that way, I guess the air fry, however it works, can hit the back and the front. So that way it's not just laying down on a flat surface. So now using this olive oil spray, 0 calories, and just spray that right there. We're gonna air fry it for about 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes at like 400 degrees. So we'll see you when they're done. So as the tortilla chips are cooking, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and the bell notification to be notified anytime we post new content. Really helps the channel grow, helps share these recipes to people that are just like you. And honestly, it's free, so why not? Thanks, guys. All right, here are the chips. Look at how they came out nice and crunchy. I sprinkled some salt on top just to give it some more extra flavor. So let's go ahead and try out our bean dip. So here are the final products right here. Let's go try this out. Look at this right here. Ready? Ready? Get it from the bottom. Oops. So much flavor. Look at this. I'm gonna grab it straight from here. This is fantastic. I'm gonna eat this whole thing right now. All right, before I eat this whole entire thing, let me give you guys the calorie breakdown. One more bite. So the 7-layer bean dip with the tortilla, both of these combined, 310 calories. That's it, guys, 310 calories. 6 grams of fat, 43 grams of carbs, and 21 grams of protein. If you wanna make this for the whole family, if you wanna make this for your guests for the Super Bowl, times the ingredients by 4, times it by 6, times it by 8. Hey, if you have a big party, times it by 20. But if you guys enjoy the recipe, again, really appreciate a like, comment, share, subscribe, bell notification to be notified anytime we post new content. Go ahead, like, follow Instagram, TikTok, LIFTTOEAT, nutrition coaching, links in the descriptions down below. We'll see you guys on the next video next week.